Okay, the Smokey Bolens is back, and I got some plans for it. First off, this was at my super secret storage location. It was supposed to be used by the owner of the property's father to get around on the property. He didn't like it. I don't know why he didn't like this machine, and no, it's not because it smoked. He only drove it once, and he just didn't like this machine. There's really not much wrong with the machine besides the engine. It runs, it drives, it stops. It's reasonably comfortable to drive. The steering is decent on it. He just didn't like it. I think mainly after the neighbor across the street vandalized it, he cut the fuel line and it pretty much drained the entire tank. The neighbor across the street was a dick. So, anyways, it's back. I asked him about it yesterday. He said, yeah, just take it. He's not using it. He said, I'm not using it, take it. So I took it. The plan is the 11 horse single cylinder I have will be going in this. This will be getting pulley swapped. And this will become an off-road mower sort of thing for me to use out there when I want to go out there. Since it will be pulley swap, but it's going to get a minor pulley swap. It's not going to go too extreme. I've already done fuel lines on this. I've already done a lot of work on this machine, but the engine is just very tired. I'm pretty sure it is the original engine. It's got over 1,600 hours on it. Still starts and runs, but it smokes. It needs valve seals and probably rings as well, but I'm not sure about that. But valve seals for sure, and if you're going to tear the engine down, especially with this amount of hours, you might as well overhaul the engine. And this is only a 14 horsepower Vanguard, so it doesn't really have much value in that department of being a 14 horse Vanguard. They weren't really the most popular engines around. So I'm gonna pull this out, put in the single cylinder 11 horse Briggs. I'm trying to go for high speed, small displacement. That's based on my new project I'm working on. Also, I need this to be able to pull a trailer, which I believe this has a hitch. Yep, it does. It's got a rear tank, obviously, which will stay. It's a 6-speed, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it's a 6-speed, which is good. It's a step through, which I wanted to build. I was originally going to build a Yard Pro, but it's a step over frame, and I don't really like those. This is a much wider frame. You actually sit on here more comfortably. I can put a toolbox right there, which will be nice. I'm not relocating the battery. I'll probably put a full-size battery in it, and we'll go from there. I got lights for it. Nothing works on this machine except for to start it, stop it, and the PTO clutch. The deck has been long since scrapped, so that's pretty much it what we're looking at. As you can see from the leaves and the bush, this machine has not been moved in quite some time. I borrowed the battery and the seat cover off of it a couple weeks ago, to bring home the Yard Pro, but I've since put them back all on this machine. So the battery is good to go. It's all charged up. The engine charging system actually still works. The oil is not the greatest, I don't think. Showing clean, but I have put stuff in there to help it stop smoking. So yeah, the engine, like I said, over 1,600 hours. So 161,619. So 1,619 hours, give or take, is approximately on this engine. So yeah, that's basically where we're sitting. That's the headlight wiring right there. I might try and get those working, because those are actually kind of cool lights up front, but I will be putting LEDs on this and building it up. The dash is actually decent on it. That moves a bit, but the frame is all still very solid on this. The seat pan has been repainted. It was pretty rusty, but it's got a second lease on life. The hoops and casings are fair. I do have a different set for the back. I'd like to reuse these fronts. They're not bad. I have not put air in anything on this at all this year, so it'll work. That one, maybe not so much. The bearings are gone on that one. How about this one? That one's actually good. Bearings are gone on the right one. Left one's good. So I could either fix it or run it till it won't go no more, which I might just fix it. Steering is actually decent on this. There's not much play, which is decent for a machine of this age and this many hours. So that's kind of why I was leaning toward building this one. There's your steering gear down there. It's all in fairly decent condition. So really what it needs right now is the engine, and it needs some battery cables. The negative is okay. The positive is pretty much completely shot. It's not long for this world. So anyways, that's pretty much it. So this is what I'm going to be working on. This machine will get put together and built into an off-road type machine. It's got decent ground clearance, which is good. Probably has better ground clearance than the Yard Pro I was going to build. The front is up nice and high as well. And this should be a halfway decent build. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.